What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to cover some rumours. Rumours regarding the Honor Magic V5/V4. Let's go. So I see your comments and I am constantly asked about leak videos, gossip and rumour videos. I do them, obviously. I do try to keep my finger on the pulse. But when it comes to the next generation of foldable phones, the market's been really quiet. There are two big ones. Well, I guess if you're a Samsung fan, there are three big ones. But there are two big ones coming up in the next 2 months. Specifically, July. The Honor Magic V5 and the Vivo X Fold 5. Now, before anyone gets their panties in a twist, no, the V4 and the X Fold 4 have not been scrapped like I'd seen on other clickbait videos. They were never going to exist. As most of you with a brain between your ears know, China does not use the moniker 4 on basically anything because they believe it's an unlucky number. They do have the number 13 in their hotel lifts, which I can attest to, which other countries don't. So I guess we all have our quirks. So now that we know why it's moved to the 5 and not the 4, I want to focus on the Honor specifically in this video. Anyone that's used the Honor Magic V2 or the V3 will know it is an engineering marvel. The weight, the size, the thickness, the specifications, the fact that especially in the V3 they can include a 5,000 milliamp hour plus battery in a phone 9.1 millimeters thick folded is truly mind-blowing. Well, the V5 is getting some upgrades. It's sticking with the 50 watts wireless charging, but the battery is going to be 6,000 milliamp hours. And I can tell you, using candy bar phones like the X200 Ultra or the X200 Pro or the Xiaomi 15 Ultra or even Honor's own Magic 7 RSR, having a battery capacity super close to 6,000 milliamp hours or bang on the 6,000 is game-changing in terms of battery anxiety. And when we're talking about a foldable phone where maybe half the time you're going to be using a larger 8-inch screen, battery means a lot. And as I just touched on there, the Honor Magic V5 screen will be slightly bigger, both on the outside and the inside. 6.45 outer screen and an 8.00 inch inner screen. Very slightly bigger than that in the V3. But again, if you've had the chance to experience a V3, the outer screen is very much a candy bar feeling experience. In fact, that of my Oppo. The Oppo N5 to date has been the best experience on a foldable phone, mainly because it feels just like a candy bar phone. It's 9.5 millimeters when folded, and it's 230 grams, there or thereabouts. The V5 will be thinner and lighter. There's another area of the phone that has been upgraded according to every single one of my leaks, trusted sources and general gossip on the tinternet. The cameras. The cameras from the V2 to the V3 were a big upgrade. The cameras from the V3 to the V5 look like the same upgrade, a big one. A triple camera setup, 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 200 megapixel zoom lens. Yes, essentially the same zoom lens lifted from the Magic 7 Pro, but slightly smaller sensor. But the same megapixels, so I mean that's something. And I've talked about this in, well, hell, every foldable phone video I've ever done. The one downside of foldable phones is that the cameras will never be as good as candy bar equivalents. But with the Vivo X Fold 3 of last year and the Oppo N5 of this year, and now what seems to be on paper, the Honor Magic V5 from this July, seems like we're on the right track to close that gap. And the fact that they're working on their zoom lens, sweet music to my ears. So I've touched on it a few times already. The Honor Magic V5 release date is July. But you all know what Honor are going to do here. July will be the China-only release. So for the hundreds and thousands of people like me watching this video, you ain't going to be able to wait till the global release. You're going to want to get the Chinese one. And then a few months later, you're probably going to want to get the global one. Well, I am delighted to say the Average Dad Tech Store will keep you right. As soon as we have pre-order confirmation with price, specifications, all the good stuff, you know I'm going to keep you updated. We will be stocking the Honor Magic V5 for the cheapest price on any import store. That's any legitimate import store such as Wanda, Gizstop and Trade Shenzhen. I could write a book on the number of people that have emailed the store asking if we'll match prices that have clearly been photoshopped or made up on a WordPress site, which is fair play for the effort to try and get your price matched, but yeah, only legitimate sites. And as mentioned, there will be a global release. This is 99.9999% confirmed. Honor release globally. Thank you, Honor. I wish other Chinese manufacturers would do the same. The V5 Global will be out in September to coincide with the Berlin IFA event, which I will be attending. Maybe even as a guest of honor, so to speak. We will see, time will tell. But no matter what, my first impressions, my full reviews will always be unbiased and honest. And for those of you going to say he's only doing this video because he's going to sell it on his store, that's getting so boring now. I would like to think I am one of the most educated or best places around there to get some information and reviews and first impressions on Chinese phones. Take it for what it is. The fact that I'm selling the phones on my store should have no bearing on you because you don't have to buy from me. You can buy from anywhere else. You can take all the knowledge you're getting from me. You can even email my store, which happens daily, with people asking questions about devices, and then go ahead and buy elsewhere if that's what you want to do. I don't care. So yes, I am selling all of these devices on my store. But the main reason for making these videos is because I love technology, because I love Chinese phones that offer 10 times more practicality, functionality, design, aesthetics than the global variants for usually a fraction of the price. And this is completely pissing in the wind at the moment, but price-wise, we can't really see any different from what we've had from the V2 and the V3. The Chinese version will be roughly £1,200 to £1,500 depending on which storage variant you get, because there will be a 1TB Ultimate Edition. And then a few months later, the global version will be around £1,400. That's just going on last year and accounting for some inflation. There will be a new stylus pen, which didn't come with the Oppo, which I'm very surprised about. And of course, there will be some really cool designs, different colours, vegan leather options, because that's what Honor do. But all that kind of stuff, that's a month away. That's not right now. Right now, what you need to know is this phone is going to be the thinnest and lightest in the world at under 9mm folded. It's going to have the largest battery on any foldable phone at the time of its release. The Vivo will be very close, but that's in another video. The world's first foldable phone to have a 200 megapixel zoom lens. Not a 200 megapixel lens, a 200 megapixel zoom lens. And of course, Android 15, soon to be updated to Android 16, and Snapdragon Elite chip. It's going to be a banger, folks. I know how popular Honor have been, and rightly so. They have been making good moves. If you're looking for more content on the Honor V5, you are kind of limited. Do your usual YouTube search and you'll find a lot of AI videos. But that's where I get a lot of my entertainment and information from as well. So yeah, happy searching. Things are looking good for us foldable phone geeks in 2025. And I'm personally interested to know if anyone can beat my Oppo Find N5, which never leaves my sight. Until next time,